Hello, Manong George here. Welcome to our channel. And today we have a very
Ako po si Saiza Makutay Malak. Everybody calls me Sam. So I'm a registered manager of a 36-bed nursing home in Tetbury. And I have been in the same organization since immigrating to the UK 14 years. I have so last month I have been given the opportunity to run as a counselor, a parish counselor here in Tetbury, and fortunately, the people of Tetbury believed in me, and I got the #1 vote, and I've got the #1 spot for a parish counselor.
If you're new to the UK, saving money can be complicated. You need to pay your bills, support your family, and plan for the future, all while settling into a new way of life. But sometimes the old ways are the best. Savings clubs like Partners, Ajo, Isusu, Hegbad, Tontine, and committees are a popular way to save within growing UK communities. That's why we created Bloom Circles, a savings club app to help your family and community flourish in your new home. The Bloom app helps you set up and manage your savings club in a safe, convenient way. Create your Bloom Circle, then invite up to 10 contributors and choose how often they'll pay in. Easily invite your friends to join your circle. Each contributor links their payment details and UK bank account to the app. We use leading fraud prevention software and ID verification to keep your details and money secure. Contributions are automatically collected from each group member. And when it's time for your payout, Bloom sends money directly to your bank account. There's no need for notebooks or in-person cash collection. Everything is safely handled by the Bloom app. Whether you're saving for a wedding, a trip home, boosting your business, or a new arrival, Bloom is for you. Download the Bloom app and create a safe, ethical savings club to help your community thrive.
So I began my journey in the UK in November 2009, which it was a big decision really. Syempre, pag alis mo ng Pilipinas, iba yung pakiramdam. Cousin went to the UK that time, so yun na, nag-start na encouragement. Well, why don't you try? Nag-volunteer ka lang naman dito, hindi ka kumikita ng pera. Try mo sa UK. So I said, it was difficult, and I was reluctant, especially nung time na yun na kailangan kong, nasa tabi nila mama. So after that, I said, fine, let's as a care assistant in 2009, worked my level 3, and then fortunately after 6 months of yung student visa, na-offeran ako ng permanent visa. So my journey started, that time by 2010. So yun na, tuloy-tuloy na care assistant, and then by 2012, 2013, I was promoted. Tas na in-encourage nila ako na mag-take ng mga exam na ganyan. Tapos yun, parang tuloy-tuloy. Parang sa akin naman, sige, go lang ng go. Life is too short. Kung may opportunity, just grab it. So I started, doing the supervisor hanggang when my manager for 20 years decided to retire. I was given the chance to take over dun sa nursing home na pinagsimulan ko din noong 2009. So 2017, I took over as a manager. So today, it's my 8th year as a manager in the same place I started 14 years. Another luck of being awarded the British Empire Medal, and I was included in the Queen's Coronation in 2021 for the service in the community for during the pandemic. And then after that, I just kind of continued what I need to do. I had the award, and I had to dedicate it to everybody, especially in COVID. But I'm very, very proud kasi yung home ko, hindi kami nagkaroon ng outbreak ng 2020. I think my very first outbreak was autumn 2021. Tapos nung after meron ng mga vaccine. So I think that was the very reason na kung sino man yung nag-nominate sa akin. Yun yung nakita nila. Pero yun nga, up until this day, hindi ko alam kung sino yung nag-nominate sa akin. Sino yung magandang puso na naglagay sa akin sa sa cabinet. Kasi kailangan mong i-nominate eh. And I want to encourage everybody as well na, in your own community, in your own, dito sa mga nandito sa UK, kung meron kayong napansin na somebody na doing good for the community, everybody can nominate. You can nominate, volunteers, people you work with, you can just nominate everybody. And I think that's a big thing in health and social care that we're campaigning at the moment. That opened the doors. So after that year, in 2022 as well, Princess Kate gave me the opportunity to join the Christmas carols in Westminster Abbey. So I had my very first time attending Christmas carol in Westminster Abbey dahil naka-receive ako ng invitation again. Tapos the year after, naka-receive naman ako ng invite sa garden party sa Buckingham Palace. So I've done that as well. I've done garden party for Buckingham Palace. Unfortunately, Queen Elizabeth, the late Queen Elizabeth II, was quite, poorly that time, and she stopped doing, coming out for events like that. So, Prince William was there, and then I think there's his uncle. And I received the coronation invite. That was, it was different level. I can't say na nasasaling na ako makareceive ng, yung logo ng Buckingham Palace envelope, but it was different level. I was really shocked. I think it took me a few days to realize, I'm going to the coronation. And then parang unang-una kong inisip nung naka-receive on that day, after like half an hour of trying to sink in, I think the first thing that I did was to call my mom. Sabi ko, Ma, kailangan mo padala ng bago kong Filipiniana. Kailangan bonggang-bongga yun. Pero yun yung unang-una ko talaga naisip, anong isusuot ko? Kasi I want to represent, and hindi naman madaling magpadala, di ba? So it's just funny. Up until now, I think that's the most event that people will remember, because that opened a bigger door for me. Kung hindi ko nakilala si Miss Charito, the other Filipino that was with me on that day, I will still be living a very, very quiet life. Out in the countryside, doing what I need to do. But I think it's a very big blessing, meeting Ate Charito that time, because I was just so eager. I left the flat about like 5 o'clock in the morning. Kailangan mo kasing pumila papunta doon sa Westminster Abbey. Ang haba ng pila. So luckily, because I was early, I managed to grab a good seat really. Nasa gitna pa ako. Tapos yun na. Pagkatapos nung coronation, Ate Charito was like, no, di ka uwi. Halika, mag-interview pa tayo, parang gano'n. Tapos doon na talaga nagsimula. And then I meet all these lovely people in, different nursing association. And then, and tuloy-tuloy, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung ating pagsisilbi, with the Filipinos in Care UK. That's we're opening now. So yeah, and I will be busy.
Man knows best.
Parang may kulang pa. I think I can't say it's the icing on the cake, kasi baka meron pang mas malaking icing or mas masarap na icing na dadating. I can't say, maybe sabihin natin, isa na namang decoration sa cake natin. But yung decision to be a parish councillor, it wasn't really my idea. So in January, at the beginning of the year, there was posts on our town's Facebook page saying, a couple of councillors stepped down. And then jokingly, yung sabi ng asawa ko, oh, ayan na yung spot mo, dumating na. Sabi ko, I was like, oh my God, I'm so busy. I said, I need to focus on, other things and all that. So I continued with my, with my daily routine because I'm very regimented. It's quite funny. Ngayon ko lang na-realize na regimented pala yung buhay ko. But, it's still, I'm coping very well. But one day, one councillor, who's got the current seat, just knocked on in my office. Went to the care home and said, Sam, can I talk to you? I said, well, obviously you're always welcome. Can I have a seat? And then he started talking about, well, look, we need a councillor. You've been doing loads of things for the community for the past 2 years, because I do volunteer with, stuff. If somebody, like, they need a marshal for a Christmas light switch on, it's like, right, I'm free that day. I'm going to it anyway. So let me, give me a vest and I'll be a marshal. I'll do the traffic and whatsoever, stuff like that. So I've been doing that anyway, in my own little way. And now sabi niya, well, why not, let's make it official, run for a council. So I said, can I really do this? Ano pa yung, parang maubusan ako ng time. Kulang na yung 24 hours sa araw para sa mga ginagawa ko. But sabi ko, let's have a look. I'll think about it. So, I went home and sabi ko sa asawa ko, kaya pa ba? It was, sabi lang niya, well, it's an opportunity. You always grab opportunities. So I said, fine, let's sign in. So I kind of like, nag-sign in. It's a little bit the voting thing and the campaign period was quite controversial. Kasi meron yung mga ibang candidates na medyo, they're quite funny. So there were 4 of us and then 3 seats were available. And then so I just kind of like ignored it. I did my due diligence of, going around house to house, giving flyer. And it's just funny. But social media is very big with campaigns. I did still go around, but other people, when I was like doing my Saturday, that was, 2 Saturdays, 5 hours of doing door to door. And then I just like realized a small town like this, there's so many doors. And then I appreciate, ang hirap palang maging postman. Yun na, yung papasok ng mga flyer. Tapos sabi ng mga tao na nakakasalubong ko, parang, I don't think you need to do that. We will be voting for you. And it was quite positive, really. And then election came, and I was there during the counting. It's like, oh, I want to experience that as well. So we rock up in the counting. And then, yeah, funny enough, out of 1,158 votes, who voted, about 23%. It's a by-election, so maliit lang talaga. Para sabi nga nila yung 23% mataas yun this year. And then I got 858 votes. So I got, quite 80% of the votes of that place. So, and that was it really. It was, I'm happy. I'm looking forward to putting, my ideas. That's not really, because it's a power selection. It's the lowest of, the community. But, your little things maybe will give change. Maybe can help more people. So I would like to champion, diversity and inclusion in the community. Kasi I think yun yung kulang. So, syempre, gagamitin natin yung advantage na merong representative ang Filipino community dito, which is, to be fair, we have quite a big Filipino community in a very small town.
Manong knows best.
The most important thing for me when I started was, build your support network. Alamin yung nasa community. Kasi minsan tayo mga Pilipino yan. Sometimes, they eye on you like from top to bottom. But sometimes you're not sure if do they want you to talk to them? Kailangan ba nila ng tulong? Tapos parang, napansin mo yun. I think all of us can relate to this. Instead of, hey, ate, kuya, hello po. Parang ganon. Build your support network because you don't really know. One day you will need their help. And it's quite important. And I'm quite lucky in here because, as I've said earlier, we've got a big Filipino community, and it's quite strong. and that's important. The second thing is stay open-minded. You know, iba yung kinalakihan natin sa Pilipinas, iba yung dito sa UK. 'Di ba? Malamig dito. They do things differently. You know, principally is the same. You know, be kind to people. You know, democracy is very good in this country and all that. But stay open-minded and let's embrace the cultural differences. You know, be proud of where you came from. You know, you know, speak your voice, but be open-minded. Third thing, be kind to yourself. You know, like I said earlier, my routine, my everyday routine is very regimented, but I make sure in that regimented routine, I've got an hour or two for self-care because that's important. Mental health is very, very important in the UK. You're far away from your loved ones. Good thing my Facebook tayo, my WhatsApp, it's just so easy to reach out. And my self-care as well includes, you know, 10 minutes talking to my nephew, or every day when I get changed to work, my mom would be on the other line. You know, that kind of thing. And that's being kind to yourself. Be patient and persistent. I think it's important. Although Filipinos would be very patient. Alam natin yan. Lahat tayo, resilient, patient, nandun na. Automatic yan. Pero kailangan natin isipin na maging conscious tayo na kailangan ganito. You know, stay positive. Again, resiliency is equals Filipino. There's no doubt about that. And lastly, and I think I'm still doing it and I will still be doing it, or in the future, is celebrate your heritage. Celebrate where you come from. I went to every time I go to talks, to, you know, all these things that mga kasama mo mga Briton, I wear my Filipino you know, top just to represent those simple things. It does make a difference. So there you go. Good luck sa mga bagong mga kababayan. Yung mga katulad namin, we're still, you know, kind of like open. We are here to.
Always remember, Manong knows.
Manong knows best, put your worries to rest when staying in the United Kingdom. Manong knows best.